हाय एवरीवन। गाइस कैसे हैं आप लोग? दैट्स लवली। गाइस आज का जो हमारा टॉपिक है दैट्स गोइंग टू बी बुक्स वर्सेस मूवीज, लाइक विच वन इज द बेटर ऑप्शन टू लर्न। गॉट इट गाइस? So here we go. Who would like to begin this topic? Let's have a big hand for Pari, guys.
I personally perceive that whenever it's about learning through any of the sources in our society, we go through books or movies. But here a question comes that what is a better way to learn? I think that movies or documentaries can be the better way to learn anything. Just because whenever we visualize something, we get it in a better efficient way, and we even just remember it for a very long period of time. So, like whenever learning from the books, we just read it out, and after a period of time, that gets lost in our mind. Like we just are unable to remember that thing for a long period of time. So, the better option would be movies, and if I would get a chance to learn something from these two sources, I would definitely choose movies.
Okay, so well, I'm on the same page with Pari that movies is a better option. Because like let's take an example that suppose there are two books. One is with pictures and one is without pictures. What would you prefer? Definitely the picture one because it's more interesting and more interesting to read. And we can say the movies is a enhanced version of it. Means whenever you go to movies to learn something, it is just like a moving picture. So it's definitely a efficient way to learn something, and we can easily remember it for a long period of time without any difficulty, because our mind is habitual of learning something by listening and watching rather than just reading it out.
Okay, what do I believe is that books are the better option for learning, because if you will notice the sudden change between, if let's take an example, there is one person A and person B. A person A is very calm, very having patience, and can take the better decisions in their life because the person read books, and person B who watches movie, who who is who is not having patience, so that person watch movies. And we can suddenly notice that books are the better option, because whenever we are reading books, so we can get our time to visualize, we can read, and if you are talking about pictures are not there, so you are completely wrong, because in book pictures are present there. And if when you are reading books, so you can visualize and you can get things. But if we talk at other hand about movies, so once in a blue moon there is any one movie which gives us learning. Otherwise the movies are there, actions movies are there, which are creating violence in our mind. If we take example of 2023 of and 2024, the most popular movie was Animal. What was the total learning from that movie? What was the output of that movie? Nothing was the output. It makes people more aggressive, it makes people more violent. So I believe that books are better option for learning.
As per me, the like digital learning is major source for the student to grab the things very easily. So I agree with the digital learning, because if I compare with the books and movies like digital learning, so as of now you also remember previous year, last 2 years ago, the COVID was happened, and at that point of time all the students are study online, all the classes, coaching schools, colleges and everything should move to the online. Even the work parties also, the all offices are switched to the like work from home, they switched online from offline. And at the same time, if I talk, if a student like study in nursery, first, second, third, they will not take a book and study at their home when their parents try to teach them. But at the same time they used YouTube, like, and they try to study ABCD or 1 2 3 4 or any poem or any Hindi novel or anything, whatever the parents try to teach, they still try to learn, because this is something interesting. They got the visualization over there, they got some creative factor over there in the YouTube. And YouTube Kids is all different platform launched from the YouTube side as well for the kids special, like they see cartoons and also study over there. And that's a good thing and good memorization for the students as well. If I talk about the higher students, like as of now, if we're not getting the time to go on an offline class and come, then online class is easy and good for the students, because they will get save their time from the online classes, like taking 1 hour to reach the class, 1 hour to come back at the class, then it's totally waste of 2 hours. And simply they will study at their home if they are curious, if they have the courage to study. Because some people talk like we online the students are got distracted, because in offline in books they will not get any distraction, but it totally depend on the person mindset. If they try to study, then they can study online or even offline. There will be no any like problem should be create over there. If the mindset is good, and if a student was trying to study, if a student was not trying to study or not trying to improve, then even they can create a like miscellaneous work in the offline class as well, and they will not study over there as well. So as per me, the online is a good thing. Thank you.
So, so books and movies are both are very powerful source of learning. But if you compare to book and movies, so I believe to book, because of we can see movies only 2 or 3 hours, but we cannot learn a lot of things. And if you like read to books, the book have a lot of knowledge and lot of you have a find lot of idea. That's why books is very good compared to movies.
As Bhaiya has constantly told us that one quote cannot be used in every situation, I also say that the difference between book and movies is what is the purpose we are seeing for. Like for the subjects like emotion, literature, we need, for the subjects like emotion or literature, I shall go to movies, because in that scenario the movies are more, what we can say, more intellectual compared to books. But on the other hand, if I saw the subjects like mathematics or philosophy, where a person has to develop his mindset or has to keep his own pace, then the books are better than the movies. So I would go to I would go to subjects like SST or English, where the main aim is emotions. I shall go to movies, but in subjects like mathematics or philosophy, where we need to develop a mindset, books are really better.
So, as everyone mentioned their opinions, but in my eyes, books are the better option for everyone, as they they teach us not just how to read, but also a lot of other things too, be it words or be it any kind of emotion. They tell us how to visualize the things and learn from our own mistakes. And they tell us all about our own self, and they let us learn quotations and a beautiful phrase also.
So, so in my opinion, by watching movies or by digital methods of learning, it is more effective than reading books. Let's take an example that a book of a story of 10th and 11th class, which you read, but which you read 3 4 years ago, you don't remember about what the topic of the story and what the story was. But the movie which you watch 5 years ago or 6 years ago, you know the topic and story of the whole movie. And through the movies, through the videos, a student can learn through the animation, which develops his interest in the studies.
Change is a part of our life, as same goes with learning too. We have to change a method of learning. Same goes with that books or movies. Which one is a better option? Well, in my perspective, movies or documentaries are the better option to learn, because whenever we see movies or documentary, so whenever we see movies or documentary, so we get easily and understand the situation and what they want to convey to us, what is the message of them, and we easily get connected towards to them, because while watching and while listening and by feeling that emotion, we understand that what is the scenario is.
Whether it's about movies or books, they both are the great
great sources of learning. But in my perception, movies are the better option for gaining knowledge. Because by movies, you can gather more information than book and it will last long for a long period of time. Same goes with books, but some patient people can only read books. It's not go for movies, but movies are the better option. That's it.
Well, I can give another example that why movies are better. Suppose there is a message of a webinar in our group and it's a video. So you would definitely be excited that what is it? What is in it? So it's definitely a visual way of learning. And we can even say that the way is teaching grammar in a video. So you would be excited to see that rather than just reading out the rules and the methods of using it. So we can even relate with our own life that we all go with a visual learning. That visual learning is much better, like than just verbal learning. So that's what this topic is. That movies are better because you can learn visually.
As per my ideology, on my perspective, that books and the movies, they both are different from the from the point of view of us. We feel that movies can give us the thing that books cannot give, but we all are wrong. We think that movies are the only source where we can connect with our emotions from each one of the things by listening, seeing, and connecting with them. But just because of the movies, we lost the control from our mind. The time span of watching a particular series, watching a particular video, we must have seen and we must have observed as well. That it has reduced just because of our mindset. So in 90s, there were a time span of a movie, 4 hours. Nowadays, there is a video we cannot watch for 30 minutes. The time has reduced. And nowadays, on a reels, on the social media platform, the interest of entertainment is 30 seconds. We can get it in a different manner way. It means that we all are just escaping from our mind. Don't you think so? That it is a concept of escapism that we all are following just because of copying the movies. It is a state of a mind where we just want to stay away from the reality, from the predicaments and the responsibilities, which has become a burden for us. These are the things that we are doing in our day-to-day life, and we think that movies are the only source where we can get to know about multiples of the things. That's it.